Hi there, it's Sarah from Skyhawk Chemicals. I wanted to make just a short video on a few tips that might help you save money on chemical purchases. I know it's been no surprise to anyone that chemical prices have been rising quite dramatically over the past couple years, and so thought these out of the box a little bit tips might be helpful. So tip number one is to know when the chemicals you use are seasonal or not. So a lot of chemicals that are used in the ag industry are very seasonal in their pricing, and those chemicals that are also used in the industrial industry, um, they go along with that seasonality. So things like that, if you know certain chemicals are going to be more expensive during a growing season or the summer or the winter, it's just a good thing to keep in mind when planning and maybe plan ahead and buy a couple extra loads of whatever you need before that price goes up and you know it's coming. So tip number two is to optimize freight on packaged goods. So instead of ordering that one tote at a time, it might be worth ordering four for the month, and that way you save overall on the freight costs. Just a small way that you can, save a little bit here and there just by ordering more at once if you have the room for storage. Tip number three is to look into substitutes. I know substitutes are not very fun to reformulate and refigure out, but with all the shortages that have gone on in the market recently, it's definitely made the price of some chemicals skyrocket. So it's always worth it to maybe look into a substitute, see if it could be used, and to see if that substitute is less expensive than whatever you're currently buying. Good to have a backup in general, but also you might come to find that the substitute works just as well and is half the price of what you've been using. Tip number four is to ask for indexed pricing when buying bulk commodities. So in truckloads or rail cars, it might be worth it to explore if your volume is large enough, if you can go on an indexed price basis. That way your pricing is tied to something and you kind of have a little bit of a heads up when it's going to be changing, if it's based on the previous month or previous quarter or something along those lines. So I hope those tips are helpful and good luck out there. See you next time.